Good morning, Ed here in Sky Lakes Wilderness in southern Oregon, and I've got an idea. I want to bike and then hike and then ski the Oregon Cascades, California to Washington or Washington to California. Why? I like to share nature, I like to experience nature, I'd like to be able to inspire people to get out and do similar things, or those of you who can't get out, so you can enjoy it virtually. And so my goal is to put 3 videos together, 1 for each part. Sit back and enjoy. So this is Tuesday morning, about 7:30. Had breakfast, I'm getting ready to start my journey north. My hope is to bike the Cascades, bike Oregon, then hike Oregon in a couple of months, and then this winter ski Oregon. Here is our last view of Shasta. Hopefully I can zoom in and get it. We might see it again at Crater Lake. Otherwise, this is it. So I just left the California line, headed north, 360 miles to go on my route to end up at the White Salmon Bridge up at Hood River, Oregon, right on the Columbia River in the Columbia Gorge. And here to the right is Oregon, welcomes me. I haven't gone very far, but this is my first town, Kino. It's a nice little town, as you can see. 1,000 or 2, I don't know. But I love all the ponderosas. Very scenic little town. This is Dead Indian Memorial Road. Weird name, can't figure it out. I just passed a Lake of the Woods exit, so I'm coming up to 140. The climb up Clover Creek is paying off. I just had a big downhill. Got some more coming here, and then a huge rapid downhill. I'm gonna actually lose what I gained too fast and have to use my brakes. But hey, thankful for downhill, I don't have to go up it. Anyways, take a ride with me up to 140. I'm at the top, the north end of West Side Road. As we come up here to this big curve,
That's a huge 90 to the east. We'll then come out to Agency Lake and all the marshy farmland. Love the big trees in this area. I always like it green. That's why I like the Cascades. Yeah, sometimes you don't get views, but it's alive. It's not just barren rock. Rock can be majestic and big, and I like it. But there's just got to be green with it. Leaving Fremont Wainema Forest. We'll be out on the farmland soon. My goal is to make it up near the entrance of Crater Lake tonight. I'm really doubting that. That's a big hill all the way up. At the end of the day, I already had some big hills. I'll at least get to the bottom of the park. The park starts way down, Highway 62, and then you go up, 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 for I don't know, 10 miles, I'm sure, to what's called the entrance, where you pay, where you turn off to go up to the rim. That's the south entrance. There's a north entrance also on 138 Diamond Lake Highway.
not yet to Fort Klamath. This is more of the open, marshy farmland around Agency Lake, which is farther over to the east and south.
I've been waiting for this all day. I think you're gonna like it. Here's the big ponderosas, low down on the east side, coming in to Crater Lake National Park. These are a beautiful couple miles or so. When you get up, of course, they change to fir and other pine. But right here, we are now officially in Crater Lake. The park starts way down. We're going north-northwest. It will start climbing here more after a bit. And probably 10, I don't know what it is, 10, 15 miles. You turn right, go into the entrance. But for now, we can just ride among the pine trees. So big, surrounding, they're not redwoods, but you still have that sense of being surrounded by big trees. And you can see that we are in the transition zone. There's a bunch of firs, but I look in and 25% of them are still ponderosas. They're all nice trees. Living green, tall, big. Good to remind us how small and tiny we are. Not that we're unimportant. Sometimes we get a little bit too full of ourselves. Annie Falls, first thing in the morning, even before sunrise. This is higher up along Annie Creek. Here's these things. I don't know, makes it look a little more volcanic to me. A little nook on Crater Lake just west of Rim Village, looking at Wizard Island. Well, smoke or fire out by the coast apparently is drifting in. Sorry, won't get to see Shasta. It's not very big from here anyways. But that's Union Peak right there. We're looking south into Sky Lakes Wilderness. And then that's Mount McLaughlin, way back there. 9,500 feet high, I think. Union Peak is in Crater Lake Park. Heading to the north entrance now by going along the west side. This is called West Rim Drive. It's short. East Rim Drive is most of the circle around. But yeah, can't leave without giving you a taste of riding the rim. I'm wanting to go around the Watchman, which hopefully you can see. It's this point up above, and there's actually an old watch the fire watch outlook post up there. It's locked. You can't go in it. You gotta go up the trail early in the morning if you want to get sunrise pictures, because I don't think there's space to camp up there outside of that cabin. The lake is off to my right. And there was a car behind me, didn't honk, but hey. Here's the lake a little bit. Let's keep going. So yeah, there's rock outcroppings they had to cut through to put the road here, but you can see there's lots of green, and it's like this all the way around. In fact, over on the southeast side is V-Day Falls. Plunges down a cliff right next to the road. You can just kind of go slow by it right from the car. It's literally next to the road. And then there's another one farther down, Platney Falls. So green and water. Little uphill slowing us down. Very nice morning. Just a little bit of smoke. It's not even 9 o'clock yet. Another thing before I forget, I am pretty sure that right up here at the top at the parking lot is the highest point on this trip. So I think I'm higher than any other point I've been on the rim, and the rim is definitely the highest section of the trip. So they say it's all downhill from here after you finish the uphill. Here we are, Watchman Overlook, and I see it's not quite the highest. It looks like we have to keep going around this curve just a little bit, but hey, what's a couple hundred yards between friends? Okay, let's get out and take a gander at the lake. Now around towards the northwest side of the lake. That was Lalo Rock. Here comes Mount Thielsen. And then that off in the distance is Diamond Peak. And then this is Mount Bailey, which slides right down into Diamond Lake.
I was back out on super busy Highway 97, and I stopped in Chemult at the subway for lunch. Then I continued. We are nearing the end of a long day. Started out quiet and beautiful early this morning up and around Crater Lake, but after that it has been traffic. Highway 97, Highway 58. Finally, we're on the Cascade Lakes. Oh, this is a bumpy road. I hope this video comes out. We're on the Cascade Lakes Highway. And I think you can tell there's smoke, bedrock fire off to the northwest on the other side of the Cascades. So nothing for me to worry about except for how smoky it might get. So we are going north, paralleling the Cascades, paralleling the PCT. We're headed up to Mount Bachelor and Three Sisters is probably the most familiar thing. And then the highway is just going to make a big, almost 90-degree curve. And we'll go into Bend tomorrow. I'm not going much farther. I have just about 90 miles on the day, which is what the plan is. I don't know if I did 90 miles yesterday, so I'm not sure. I'm sure I didn't. I did 15 before it started, and that didn't even count, so I'm probably thinking I'm a little behind. I was thinking I need to be up at Elk Lake, but can't make it there tonight. But for now, we'll enjoy the trees as we cruise down Cascade Lakes Highway. This is called Davis Creek. I guess that's what fills Davis Reservoir. Let me turn around and show the rest of it. So it comes out here. This seems to be spring fed because I just came from above and there is no creek. So this is like a big field, meadow, drainage, something, I don't know. Pretty nice. And is that Gina Davis Reservoir? I don't know. Anyways, some good tasty water. So here's our first look at South Sister. It's over 10,000. Might be our last. I don't know. So I had to get a picture of it. I'm at the corner going north and now turning east to go down to Bend on Cascade Lakes Highway. Stopped here for a bite to eat, resupply my water. This is one of several spring-fed creeks that go under the highway and then feed into Devil's Lake on the other side. Let me give you some glimpses now of the Cascade Lakes Highway. And we've turned the corner, we're going east.
That's Bachelor in front of us. Sisters is back and on my left. Never got a good view of Broken Top to share with you. Maybe it'll come up. Sorry about the jiggly camera again. New pavement. Smooth for cars, but it's not been worn down for cyclists yet. I love this combination of mountains and wide open spaces. That was Bachelor that went by. This is now Sparks Lake and Marsh. Looking southeast, now I'm going towards the west. I skirted the west side of Bend, found a place with a great veggie burger, then I continued north looking for a campsite for the evening. I didn't say anything on the previous video. Headwind, road noise. Cars seem to be coming. I wanted the farmland and everything. It seemed picturesque. And now we are definitely in dry area. Those are some big junipers. I'm used to seeing in Klamath Falls, the trunks are half that size. But some of these have that old gnarled bark. There must be 2.5 foot diameter. I think we got some coming up here on the right. Not quite that big, but you know they're old. Still headed to Eagle Crest, some little town I've never been to, north of Bend. This is Klein Falls, and I think this is the Deschutes River. But don't hold me to it, I'll need to check that out. Looks like it's dropping through here. I'm just kind of plowing out a big canyon. I'm up here on the 126 bridge in between traffic. I think this is the Deschutes River with the Klein Falls. Here comes traffic. I could camp there for a while. And here's the other side. So this is Thursday night. I'm west of Terrebonne. And this is where I'm camping. And I think this is by far the best campsite. This is a view of my tent west. And now right here. I'm on another bridge built in '03
And apparently they've already replaced it with a new bridge of 97, which is what you see over there. This is still the Crooked River. I was looking east before from the other bridge. Now I'm looking east, still underneath it. So now we're looking west, upstream, Crooked River, and wait for it, somewhere. There it is. Railroad bridge. Madras in my rearview mirror. After the long downhill. Not quite to Warm Springs, but this is the Deschutes River. Lots of water in an otherwise dry environment.
Let's see how long the quietness lasts. Saturday morning, cars coming randomly, but fairly well spaced apart. Anyways, headed up 26 now towards the junction with 35 at Mount Hood. Hardly did any recording yesterday. Way too much traffic. Headwinds after Warm Springs are a whole story in themselves. And they just took everything out of me. Anyways, good morning. Enjoy the trees. Welcome to Mount Hood National Forest. Last big climb of the trip. I don't know, about a dozen miles still, I think, to the high point. Then I get to coast down to the bridge. And here comes more traffic, so bye.
Now we're getting a big view of Mount Hood. Just about to the intersection, the junction, 26 and 35. I'm pretty much over on the east side of Hood now. And finally, this looks like the long downhill getting ready to begin. I just went over a pass, whatever it's called. I got a name for it in the elevation. This is the east fork of the Hood River.
I think I've been crossing and recrossing it several times. Welcome to the gorge and the land of headwinds. Actually, this has turned into more of a crosswind. There was a headwind up the gorge, up the valley, with the river back there. It was funneling. Now it's blowing me sideways. And there's Mount Adams. There's Washington, there's the river. There's I-84. Now the traffic. I know they won't let me cross the bridge. I'm trying to now find my friend who let me slack pack the last 10 miles. Uh-oh, I'm getting on the highway. Okay, I gotta stop.
I did not get run over. I returned in a car a couple days later so I could take these pictures to document the end. Here I am, back at the rest area at the California line right over there. Thought I'd give you a few random closing thoughts, if they're helpful. Couple of negative, couple of positive. First might be the traffic. You'll hear the interruptions. Even on the quiet road, you're always watching for the traffic. There's always going to be a car or a truck come along. You can never stop being vigilant. got to watch for gravel and other stuff in the road as well. Another negative would be this. I should be able to bend that at 90 degrees. I'm still stiff. I'm at about 80-90% recovered after a couple of weeks. Being crouched over the handlebars all day, every day, yeah, too much. Would I do it again? Yes, but not in the same way. For example, I think I'd like to do Highway 101, the Oregon coast, probably do just 50 or 60 miles a day instead of 80 or 90, and go somewhere, stop, do something, so it's not all day, every day. The bike serves as transportation to places to do things. So those are probably my two biggest negatives. Positive, I was thankful. I had no issues. Okay, I got some stiffness, but otherwise physically, equipment, accidents, nothing. Weather, sure, you saw there was some smoke. Smoke was probably the worst thing. No flat tires, no breakdowns, nothing like that. So very, very thankful for that. Another positive was that I wanted to experience Oregon, the whole thing, south, north, north, south, from a different perspective. And I got that. I'm really looking forward to the hiking in a few weeks. I'm hoping to pull it off end of September. But I was able to do the biking. Ever since high school, I was been wanting to ride my bike across the country. Yeah, not as excited about that anymore. But getting out and be able to put in big miles like that, you see the scenery change and everything else. Yeah, I really, really enjoyed that, and that's part of what I like about long distance hiking. So anyways, hopefully in a few weeks I'll get started on another trip, another video. I'll gain, and hopefully you will gain, another perspective on the great Oregon Cascades. See you out there.